Hi everybody, this is Alchemist2 and I'm back again with another anime review. This time I watched Evangelion 2.22 and in this particular cinematic episode we are introduced to Asuka Langley and Kaoru and another pilot by the name of Mira. And I like Mira even though she's a tad psychotic and a little bit visceral in her attacks against the angels. My only nitpick about Mira is the fact that they should have given her an English accent because she's British. But beyond that, I think that the voice actress that they had for Mira was spot on. I really thought that she did a stupendous job, and even though this particular installment was difficult to watch in some parts because it was particularly gory with a lot of the angel battle scenes and the Avas going berserk, and I actually really liked it. I thought it was more serious, and you're revealed to more of the character development, and Asuka, actually you feel sorry for her, even though I still think she's a witch. She is just a brat, and at first you really don't feel any sympathy for her at all, but she's always been alone. She's always fended for herself, and she doesn't want anybody else's help. But of course, Ritsuko says, no, you have to harmonize. You need to work together as a team. That's why, a little bit of fan service here, Shinji and Asuka, they're at the room together with her, and I thought, oh great, like she's an excellent role model for them with all her boozing, and and then she passes out later in her stupor. Despite that, she's a good character. She has her flaws, but that makes the characters more human and relatable, I think. And I really liked Mira, even though Mira was disturbed in the head with her combat style. She was just vicious. I thought, holy cats, woman! Can you at least tone it down? Whew, just incredible battle sequences here, and the gore factor just shot up the roof. There's some fan service in this one as well, but I think they don't really overdo it, and it's not over the top. And I like this particular episode because you see how much Shinji cares for Rei, and I always had liked Rei Aoyami because I can relate a lot to her. I don't know why, but I really like Rei, and I think that they might flesh out more of a relationship between Shinji and Rei, but I'm not really sure because I haven't seen 3.0, which is going to be called Q. And I guess we'll see more of Kaoru, which I think will be extremely interesting to see what role he plays, because he didn't really have... He shows up, he has a cameo in this one, but he doesn't really do that much other than look mysterious and sexy as usual. What is it about mysterious characters that makes them so alluring? But I really enjoyed it, even though it was a little bit gorier than I would have liked. But it was 4 stars as far as I'm concerned, and I'm really eager to see what they do with the characters in the next cinematic volume of this. There's supposed to be 4 in all. I don't know what they're going to call the 4th, but currently they're working on it. And if you're a fan of Evangelion, then by all means, it's a little bit different than the original, and being a fan of the original Evangelion, I must say I did enjoy the original far better than this, but this stands alone on its own, and it is good in its own right. There's a lot of action, and it keeps you really riveted in that action, and I really got a big kick out of it, and just seeing the Avas themselves, and I've always loved the Avas and their ability to become sentient, and just it's kind of creepy in a way. It's that old Asimovian paradigm that's the cautionary tale. Be careful of technology becoming too powerful or gaining too much of a threshold within humanity, or else it can take over, and the results can be repulsive and also devastating. And I think Evangelion does this rather well, and I also liked all the biblical references, and it's just so fascinating to me. I don't know if I agree with all of it, to be honest with you, because I think dogma is a huge problem, and basically that is what caused all of our issues before science and religion were separated, because alchemy itself, my username is alchemist02, and alchemy is a spiritual science. If any of you have done your homework, you know what I'm talking about, and I'm a huge proponent on learning all about alchemy that I can. Of course, I'm not a practicer of the art itself. No, I don't do that sort of thing, but to me it's just extremely fascinating. And I know I kind of went off a little bit of a sidetrack here about religion and science, and I personally think in this coming year, which is 2012, I really believe that there will be a convergence, and I've actually seen this come to be, and there is already a thinning of the veil. And of course a lot of people will probably dismiss it and say, oh no, it's just a coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences. I think that everything happens for a reason, and just like with Evangelion, everything happens, there has a purpose in everything that occurs here. And then you get to see Ritsuko's her vendetta, her personal reasons for actually going after the angels themselves after the third impact. And it's just, you feel just absolutely devastated for her. It's just so sad. But of course in the original you see that as well, but this is just intensely more graphic and tragic. And I loved the fact that she even goes against one of my favorite scientists, and of course she says that she has the the what is it called? She has command of the situation over her. And of course, scientist, she doesn't really care that much for that. I can't really think of her name. Maybe I'm wrong in saying the wrong names here, and I'm sorry for that. But if you're an Evangelion fan, I would definitely check this out, because it's just it's epic. It seriously is. Just everything about it: the animation, the soundtrack, the emotion, and of course the development of the characters, and just the action that's involved. It just keeps you on the edge of your seat. So don't miss this one if you are a follower of Evangelion, because you will not be sorry.